Hi again. Day two recording. So it's a lazy Saturday. I didn't really do much. I got a hatchet and a weed whacker, and I went out to my grapefruit tree that I have in the backyard over there, and I started trimming it up and taking off dead branches. I was talking to my neighbor in the back there. His name's Bob, Robert, but Bob. He's a retired New York cop, and he was telling me how a year or so ago, before I actually bought the house, the trees in the neighborhood, any citrus trees, got hit by this blight that we have here in Florida, and the trees are still recovering. So a bunch of leaves and branches and everything on the tree were dead. So I was just trimming up, and like apparently there was some at the beginnings of an elderberry tree there too, because that's what he said, that this vine that was like, well, this little branch coming out of the ground. It's like this big. Had all these purple little um, berries on it. He's like, oh yeah, those are elderberries. Like, and he said they're poisonous. Don't eat them. I'm like, but Irish people used to make elderberry wine out of it. He's like, yeah, but it's horrible. And I can believe it. People back then just made shit to drink and died. But I have a giant trash can full of branches and leaves right out the door there. But it's dark out now, and it's actually midnight. Well, sorry, it's midnight while I'm recording this, and I vlogged a little on the camera today, but there's not enough for like a vlog. Maybe I'll try and add it in later, because I'm gonna record this now and I'll edit it and upload it later. But it was 44 degrees when I got off work this morning. It's too cold, just too cold here in Florida. And so he was like, my neighbor actually was showing me his house today, and he was showing me his firework collection and his gun safes, and we were talking about motorcycles. And I've come to the realization I really want a Harley, like Iron King, Iron Age is the kind I want, but it's a luxury item that I'm not going to afford for quite some time. So yeah. And then I was going through old photos that I found on my computer earlier today. But let's see if I can put a couple. This is one of my best friends, Tony, and that was it. Can't really see it. I'll put it up. That was at his wedding, and this is my buddy Andrew. It's his 29th birthday coming up. So I was just going through old files and found a bunch of photos, stuff from when I went to Dragon Con and when I went kayaking with work, and did a heart walk back when I was more healthier. And, I can't believe it's so late. I was watching just the Smegs and Smeg Ups from Red Dwarf. I don't know. It's a TV show from Britain that started in 1986, and it's kind of survived. Like, they still play it on TV. They've got a channel over in Britain called Dave, where they're always playing Red Dwarf episodes, and they just did a new season 1 year ago. And before that, they did a little 3-episode mini thing, and I'm really excited for Doctor Who for the Christmas episode that's coming up. I'm at midnight. I'm very, very off, and I just change topics. But I need to I need to start vlogging more with the camera, because I take that everywhere I go. Total, I probably did like 5 minutes, and just me going to work, and then I didn't pick up the camera again until I got off work. Because when I got to work last night, they said, oh, we have bad news. And I'm like, oh crap, what's wrong? And they said, well, we're splitting you and your medic up because there's 3 of you on the truck. And so the third is going to stay with your medic, and you're going to go work with another guy. I was like, okay, I'm not happy about that, because I worked with James for 3 years. But I'll accept it. And that's better. And so I accepted it, and I got an out of county that lasted 2 hours. And I'm supposed to meet up with James and Jim at 11, so that's okay. We did one more call, and then we got back to headquarters. And then once I got on their truck, first 6 hours, 7 hours, we did almost nothing. I watched 6 episodes of an hour-long cop drama on Netflix called Blue Bloods, which I'm really liking because I like Tom Selleck as an actor, and I forget which Wahlberg is in it, but he's a really good actor too. And then we did, there was a guy in a car sleeping at an intersection, so we had to run for that. And when he heard our sirens, I guess it woke him up, and he's tried to drive away at 1 mile an hour, and ended up pulling onto not the median, but he actually started pulling onto a concrete sidewalk, and there was a bystander watching and ran after his car and like almost jumped into the window to try and stop the guy and take his keys. Eventually, the guy did come to a stop, and he's just. I don't know what was wrong with him. He refused all treatments. We didn't transport him. The cops ended up showing up and probably ticketing him, but I don't know. So you have the road that goes forward, and then you have the other one that goes that way. He was in this one and walked this way, but it was 3, 4 in the morning, so there were no cars out, and he's really lucky because he would have just driven like at 1 mile an hour into another car. But he did actually stop 10 feet from a concrete lamp post, which I don't think a 2 mile or 1 mile an hour impact would damage it, but if it did, the thing would have fallen straight onto the car. It was, I forget what kind of car it was. And then we had one in a facility. So in all, I did 4 calls in a 12-hour shift last night, which is really nice, especially since we've been so busy. Me and Jim, we're hanging out and having fun. Let's see if I can find that photo. Hopefully this photo will actually show up on there. That's James sleeping right there. He was passed out. And it's just funny. We tried not to mess with him because he'd been up so late the day before. So that was our night. That was our single sweet night in months. And I'm sure I'm gonna pay for it for the next week. I'm gonna have nothing but wall-to-wall patients Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm wearing it because it's cold in here, but I don't know if the Lightning played today. I really don't. But I'm actually going to watch the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who again because I really love it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.